I stayed up too late watching the election results come in. Good morning, everyone. We are gonna finish picking corn today, as long as nothing breaks down. We've got about 40-50 acres left, and shouldn't take too long. It's standing good. It's all right here, opened up and ready to go. So I've got a load on the cart from last night. I'm gonna put that in the truck. We're hauling to the bin at home. So yeah, we ended up filling up the trucks and the cart last night. We got one truck dumped, the other one's going in the bin right now. Just one more load to stick in there, and we'll be picking corn. These short dump trailers are kind of hard to load because they fill up really fast and you have to get them pretty full. The reason why we're using them and not the hopper is because this farm has a pretty tight bridge to get across and the hoppers can't make the turn. So this 112 acres here, we have to haul it out with the dump trailers. And that's why we generally take it to the bin, because it's quicker and you can't haul as much in these dump trailers. So if that makes sense. Truck's full. I'm going to check over the combine and get it started while we're out here. There's no dew or anything this morning, so we should be able to run here pretty quick. You're probably getting tired of watching me check the oil on the combine. I just want proof that I actually did it. Dad beat me back before I could take that truck in, so we're gonna get started. As you can see, we still have the reel on, and someone was asking me if in standing corn, if the reel will knock ears off. And if the corn is short, it will, you'll see it knock a couple off here and there. But for what we had left, we didn't really want to deal with running the head back to Grandpa's, taking the reel off and back out. So everything's gonna end up there anyway. We figured we'd just leave it on, finish up harvest, and take it off when we get done. Dad run the combine for a little bit so I could run the auger cart and get some drone footage. It is not easy to run a grain cart, dump on the go, and fly a drone at the same time. So, in case you were wondering, it's not easy. I'm back in the combine now. We haven't really done much this morning. got, let's see, 30 acres left. So I don't think it's all going to fit in the bin. We're going to have to take some to town, which isn't a big deal. Hopefully they don't get full real soon and we're able to get this done. That would be our only hiccup. It is 9:23 a.m. so we should have the bin full pretty quick. We are scooting right along and doing good. So last day of harvest. This farm, like every other farm this year, has a ton of replants in it, and for some reason the replants are out yielding the rest of the corn. And we've had this happen on a couple other farms, and it's kind of confusing. Normally the replants don't do as well, and I would say on 75% of what we replanted, the replants have brought the yield down. But every once in a while, I don't know what it is, if you just get a better hybrid planted later, better conditions or whatever, but it's out yielding by 10 to 20 bushel. So strange stuff. I'll take it though. I keep getting a message in the combine that says tailings full, and I got this the other night and I dumped the tailings out and there was nothing in there. So let's see what we got going on here. Not really an excessive amount in there. I'm wondering if these sensors are dirty. Where can I stick you? You guys are a little sideways, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I wiped the sensors off a little bit. I don't know if that'll help. I guess we'll find out. Well, I made a few rounds and I'm still getting that tailings full message. So I'm gonna actually clean the sensors, see if that makes a difference. I really don't think I'm actually getting full tailings. I think it's just a sensor problem. So, see what we can do. Sensors, let's see what we got. There's a bar right here that tells you how full the tailings are, and before it was running close to the top and now it's running lower. So maybe we fixed the problem, I don't know. Apparently that was not the problem. We got about 7 acres left. I'm just gonna push it and we'll figure it out later. Like that, we're done. Just in time for lunch. I'm gonna take this truck up to the house. The bin was pretty full. Dad took a couple loads to town because we knew it wasn't gonna all fit. So I don't know how much more we're gonna put in there. But I'll get this truck up to the house. Looks like Dad's coming with the other one to get what's on the auger cart. Actually, it won't all fit in the truck, so see what we got at the bin when we get back, and go from there. Dad dropped me off. I'm gonna walk to the combine. He's taking the last load to town because we got the bin full, and we're gonna take the combine out to Grandpa's, put it in the shed. We are not technically done picking corn. We still have 20 something acres to pick for custom work for Mike Kemp. He's the guy who owns the bins that we use for seed beans, but we're done with our corn. So to me, we're done. We're gonna take that combine over there. Mike's not home right now. He doesn't want to pick his corn until he gets home because he wants to be around. Not a big deal. We've got some trucking to do tomorrow anyway, so we're going to put the combine in the shed. There's a chance of rain next Tuesday, and that's when Mike's supposed to be back. So we don't want the combine to get rained on, and we'd like to get it washed before it gets cold again. It is beautiful outside. High of 72 today. I'm almost too hot in this long sleeve shirt. This is beautiful weather for November. You ever just enjoy taking a walk outside on a nice day? I really enjoy just walking outside. Sometimes I'll just walk around in the yard. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Definitely wasn't this nice last year when we got done in December. Got the combine all tucked away. We got a little bit of corn left in the cart. We're gonna stick that in the truck. Dad's gonna take to town. I'm gonna take this cart back to his house, and then I've got some rye to empty out of the air seeder. We gotta get that empty before the end of the year. Got some sand hills we're gonna throw some rye on just to get it emptied out. Then I'm gonna take the tractor, hook it back up to the disc ripper so we can get some ground work. I had enough left to do about, I don't know, 10-15 acres. We ordered a little bit too much rye, and we had some left over from last year, and we ended up planting it a little thinner than we were originally planning on, so we had a little bit extra, which is not a big deal. We've always got sand hills we can put it on to keep it from blowing, try to build some organic matter. This particular hill we've been putting cover crops on for 3 years, rye to be specific, and I can't really say that I've noticed if it's helped or not. I don't think it hurt anything. If anything, it just keeps the sand from blowing away, which is always good. So that's what I'm doing now. I've had some people ask me if we are in like the central part of Illinois where you can grow 300 bushel corn without even trying. And the answer is no. We are in the east central part of the state. We are right next to Indiana, about 5 miles away. It's pretty sandy up here. We don't have the water holding capacity and the nutrient holding capacity and organic matter that those soils down south have. So we tend to grow a little bit weaker crops up here. You just kind of have to know what your expectations are and manage accordingly. You can't be fertilizing for 250 bushel corn when realistically all the soil's good for is 150. So you know how to manage it and you know what your expectations are, you can do pretty well up here. Let's see how much we got left. Kind of running out of places to go with this stuff. Like I got quite a bit, probably enough for 4 or 5 acres in there. The reason why we had so much extra is we were originally going to fly this stuff on with an airplane, and the way the equip rules work is if you fly it on you have to put a higher rate. You have to put at least 72 pounds per acre. That's the way it figures by the time you figure in your pure live seed, because there is a small percentage of foreign material in the seed. So that being said, we ended up buying this air seeder. It wasn't really planned when we ordered the seed, and we are planning it at a lower rate. You can go down as low as 30 pounds, but we thought that was too light, so we're seeding it at 60 pounds is our target, and a lot of it actually worked out to be 56 because we didn't really know what we were doing setting this drill. So we got a lot of extra seed, which isn't a big deal. We normally do a bunch of sand hills like this. I don't know if you can see, this is pretty light ground up here, and the rye kind of helps hold the soil down, trying to build some organic matter. But I'm kind of running out of places to go with it. Some of our farms that we had a bag last year that we held over for sandhills this year got accepted to the EQIP program, and now we don't really need that rye from last year, and it was just kind of a calculation error on my part, not a big deal. So we'll get this thing emptied out. But you guys are probably tired of hearing me ramble, so I'm gonna take this back to Grandpa's and park it because I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with the rest of that. We might end up just vacuuming it out. I don't know. I just can't really decide. I'm going to take it to Grandpa's, put it in the shed, hook this thing back up to the disc ripper. Disc gripper's hooked up. I'm not going to start anything because it's dark and it's only 5 o'clock. This time change is awful. I hate it. Anyways, done with harvest. Really glad to be done with harvest. It's a pretty quick one. Didn't have any major breakdowns. We broke an auger chain and broke a sickle. That's about it. So things go fast when you don't have any breakdowns. Glad to be done. Harvest wasn't that great. Yields were kind of like, it's over with. We're done. Finished. Harvest 2020 is complete. Still got quite a bit of field work to do. Just because harvest is over doesn't mean the work is done. Got some chiseling to do, got some anhydrous to do, a little bit of strip tilling maybe. We still have a little bit of corn to pick for Mike, but that doesn't count. So that's going to be it for this video. See you on the next one. Later.